I just want each one of these guys to reach their full potential. This game has been good to all of us. I want to be part of maximizing how great they can be on and off the court. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Here's Orlando now. They're on a 15-4 run. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he converts the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Doncic right side. In the corner, Bol with it. There's 3-pointers off the mark. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one is on Bol.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And Williams drops them both. Mavericks trailed by 3. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Doncic. Rebound by Williams.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. 7 points in the game.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Here's Bol. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. It's been all about Lonzo Ball for the Orlando Magic. What a quarter that saw them generate a great comeback effort and are now out in front with momentum behind them. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Magic leading by 5. And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season, it's really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Doncic looking it over. No good with the triple.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the call on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Pass to Vanderbilt. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Traps in the tray. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 10 now for the Magic.
This is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score.
And that one's good. Caruso.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there. You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
Picked off in midair. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break champs.
An outstanding transition player. When Gilgeous-Alexander is on the attack, good luck trying to contain him.
And it's Grant in the corner. Pass to Caruso. A 3. And Ware pulls it down. Magic leading by 9. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Here's Kamara. It's rebounded by Dallas. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. And that'll be the middle game of their 5 in their longest homestand of the year. To the left side wing. Back to Caruso. And they get it back.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And it's Orlando's ball. They lead by 7.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Clock at 4. Gilgeous-Alexander, and he's open. No good from the wing. It's tipped. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Pass to Williams. To the paint. Here's Kamara. To the middle. Poked away. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession.
Well, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
Mavericks trailed by 7. Doncic outside. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense. The Mavericks shooting their first free throw this game.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
The Magic making a switch here. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. It's tipped. Pass break. Here come the Magic. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And Watson slams it in.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Dallas, no good that time either.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
The Mavericks trailing. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Doncic right side. Grant gets a wide open look. Drills the three-pointer. Grant's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, and over time, Grant has expanded his range. If he's left open from beyond the arc, he can definitely knock that shot down now.
And it was still over the rim. Offensive basket interference. Mavericks trailed by 5. And here's Doncic from the arc. They get the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Watson's shot is off.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect. Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Here's Ball, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Good utilization of his height and speed to get to the line that time. Ball showing you he's got the savvy to draw contact.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Both teams will make substitutions. And he knocks down the first one. Ball hits them both. 29 seconds left in the third. Mavericks trailed by 5. Fox with it. 8 points for him. In the corner, Bol with it. 6 to shoot. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Just 4 seconds left to play here in the third. With 1 on the clock. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Magic out in front. They lead by 3. We're back after this from American Airlines Center. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And it's Fox with the ball for the Mavericks. In the corner, it's Martin. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even. Martin's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Ball, and Ball sends it back. Here's Burks. Dallas moving it around. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Fox. On the inbound. And the layup is up and in. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And it's Fox with the jam.
And he's got it going now. When he's in this kind of a zone, boy, he's fun to watch.
That's to Ware. Back to Black. They set the pick. Now Watson. 5 on the clock. Jackson trying to break free. Here's the break. He lobs it up. Picked his pocket. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. The kick out to Ball. Into the lane. This is the mark. His third miss of the game. 4 for 7 now. Outside, Fox. Outside for Martin. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Here's Black. To the inside. Where? And that one is stuffed right through.
He just powered that one.
One of the game's top dunkers.
Absolutely salivates when he attacks the rim.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. The short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Jason Kidd going over the plan with his team for the last few minutes. Now, they've been happy with the way the team is shooting. He reminded players to keep taking those threes, that they've had some clean looks. When that 3 goes in, it's always a welcome sight. Guys?
Thank you, David. And it's Grant in the corner. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And Gilgeous-Alexander understands how to draw contact, especially when he's looking to score.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
They made a point to protect the rim, challenging shots all game long, and the block total is off the charts.
You know, something else, guys? You know, they came out of that tunnel sprinting in a full stride sprint. That translated to the floor and lots of success in the fast break game.
Oh, they get it back. Another shot. Shot's good by Alexander Walker. And the Mavericks lead by 2. outside. Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot from 12. And it's Williams throwing it down.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Alexander Walker on the way. Back to Caruso. A shot. And he swishes it right through.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
He's basically automatic from the line, not the guy you want to send there now.
Doncic outside. Pass to Grant. Back to Doncic. Shot clock at 3. From deep. Carries it from outside.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared.
Substitution on the board.
There's 53 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Pick by Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander. It drops. He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
And where some feel stressed, Gilgeous-Alexander feels sprint. Love the confidence from the young fella. And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
26 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And he commits the intentional foul. Gets the first, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 3-point game.
And the perfect time to be perfect at the line. Only a 3 can tie it now.
I like seeing Gobert use the shot fake because it's an effective way to get the defenders into the paratroopers club.
And he ends up making the second, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Now a timeout called by Orlando. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
The Magic making a switch here. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the seconds. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Here's Black. Beyond the arc. No good on the shot.
Jeff Gordon in a black SS with the navigation. keep a close eye when the door out. Then I slide off in the Escalade. Me and Key inside look like the ice capades. For me and Heath, Frosty, Roger the Rabbit and Bugsy. You understand me, rap rich like mummies. If you compare me to your local grocery, then you'll see I got more carrots than Aldi, more bread than algae. You can bag and scan me, sure like Albie, meet the ticks.
We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Mavericks are coming to town. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. Maybe the upper hand in this one. The Dallas Mavericks won the last matchup of the season against Orlando.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
I think they took tremendous satisfaction from that performance and ended up winning going away. So is it something they'll look to repeat tonight?
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Magic. It's hard to believe, but Luka Doncic is still in his mid-20s. Doris, does he even have a ceiling?
That is the question, Kevin, and I'm not sure he does, because in the first part of his career, he's been all NBA consistently, and we're talking first team multiple times. He's averaged over 30 in a season. I don't think there is a ceiling, Kevin. Oh, boy, how slippery is SGA on the dribble drive. Just so difficult to stay in front of him.
Doncic outside. Shot clock at 6. And it's good for 2.
Yeah, an offensive player like Luka expects the contact. He's anticipating it, so it doesn't bother him. That's a big-time finish.
Gilgeous-Alexander. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Doncic looking it over. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
That's a high percentage look for Luka Doncic. He is a menace if he gets that deep.
And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Can't nail the jumper.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Here's Grant. And the dunk by Grant.
Well, this is something Grant does very well. Slams it home when he's got space.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
I had a chance to catch up with Jamal Mosley. Now I asked him how you take care of the Stifle Tower himself, Rudy Gobert. Coach said, I think you just try to pester him on defense and stay away from him on offense. If he's anywhere near our shooters, that means it's time to move the ball. So they'll have to play keep away when it comes to Gobert. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks.
Number 21.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
They never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. The Magic trailed by 5. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his third basket of the night. Over in the corner, Caruso. Another 3 for Dallas.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now defended by Gobert. Pass to Williams. Stolen by Grant. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Knocked away. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
I really like the activity level from Ball. Excels at reading his man and jumping all over him, and great at coming up with those steals.
And the slam by Williams.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Caruso, no good. Orlando trailing here. Pass to Vanderbilt. Outside Ball. .40 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season, it's really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
When you look at the game of Mark Williams, Doris, what impresses you the most?
Well, probably his size and athleticism. That combination makes him an immediate fit. He understands which shots to take on the offensive end. He seems to have a great feel for how to position himself on the defensive end and how to mix it up on the glass.
Fires the three. Buries it from three-point range.
And no doubt the release point is a bit unorthodox in terms of Ball's shooting technique, but man, can he slingshot it home from deep.
Going inside. Has to Ware. Jackson, that's a two-pointer. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Magic. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific to the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Orlando.
They're controlling the pace of this game, pushing the ball up court and getting good looks in early offense.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
And here's Doncic from the arc. And Ware pulls it down. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. Oh, the lob to Gobert. Rebound by the Magic.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
The Magic shooting their third free throw shot of the game. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Orlando leading by 5. Down low. Here's Jackson. And it's blocked. Grant with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. And it's Alexander Walker in the corner. Over Jackson. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Well, that's a bad shot until it goes through the net.
To the inside. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And he sure can get off the floor.
One of the best in the business, absolutely. Out left to the wing. Here's Caruso. Oh, through the foul, almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot three.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Good on the second free throw.
Taking 3 shots.
And he makes all 3. Doris with Nowitzki and Doncic. The Mavericks have gone from one great European player to another.
And you could tell the one year that Luka got to play with Dirk, Kevin, he absolutely loved it. He got to learn from a Hall of Famer and a champion. What better way to start your career?
The Mavericks trailing. Here's Doncic. Doncic very comfortable down low.
Well, there's a mix of touch and power that Luka Doncic brings to the game. You can't take him lightly when he touches the paint.
Ball no good. Over in the corner, Caruso. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Back to Doncic. And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Pass to Bull. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Right side, Ball. Here's Ware. Goes back up. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
Man, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Stolen by Jackson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Magic shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. Both shots good from the stripe. Mavericks trailed by 4. Pass to Bull. Stolen by Jackson. Wide open. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Well, there's no doubt there were better options on the floor, but it certainly seemed like he had his mind made up.
Pass to Klingon. Clock at 4. And Ware pulls it down. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. 4-point game. There's the 3. Ware, good. Ware's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You'd like to see a shot go in. Nicely done.
So here's Burks. They need this. So good. Misses his first shot of the night. A chance at a 2 for 1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
Here's Ball. That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. 29 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Shot from 16. The kick out to Williams. Orlando moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. Vanderbilt with the screen. The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Outside, Fox. Misses off the left iron. And so it's the Orlando Magic ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And don't go away. We'll be right back. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Mavericks trailed by 9. Grant outside. Back to Doncic. Five on the clock. Rebound by the Magic.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. 10 points for him. Gobert with the block.
One of the best to do it. Gobert adds another block to that career total.
Back to Black. Another shot. And it's good on the way up. Black's got the lead up to 11 now for Orlando. Now the Mavericks with it. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. If you think Luka Doncic makes amazing shots in the games, you should see his trick shots. It's legendary stuff with his teammates. Luka says, I'm just making them up. I like to have fun, so sometimes I just try some new stuff. And of course, Kevin, he always feels like they're going in.
Thank you, D.A. He is a magician with the ball. A very creative mind, and it's fun to watch. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Caruso. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Doncic outside.
Orlando foul. DeMauro. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
And so it's Dallas with it. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. From past the arc.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
And there's the foul. Going Alex Caruso. That's his first foul. And Jason Kidd is called timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And some changes here for the Mavericks.
Let's hear it for you. Substitution on the court.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Bull. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Burks. Clock at 6. Lets it fly. Out to the right wing. The wide open look here for Fox. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Here's Kamara. Williams inside. Vanderbilt gets a wide open look. Another miss by Orlando. Mavericks trailed by 8. And Fox gets it to go.
And there's an example of Fox. Doesn't have to get all the way to the cup to be effective.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness. Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Crafty move. And that's 2 points on the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has now emerged into a superstar. And on nights like this, guys, he's unstoppable.
pass to Thibault. .46 seconds left to play in the third. And here is Fox. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Fox, no good. Magic leading by 10. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander has that ability to adjust in midair, take the contact. That is nicely done.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And he was dialed in at the line a season ago, 87% from the line.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Outside for Martin. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Orlando. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnover. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Here's ball. Pass to Watson. Outside Jackson. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Where, no good. Mavericks trailed by 15. Over to the wing. Back to Doncic. From the arc. They get it back. Over in the corner, Caruso. And the three ball is good.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
And it's ball penetrating.
I just love seeing the ball, put it on the deck, using those long strides to get all the way to the cup.
Alexander Walker on the wing. Releases. And Ware pulls it down. Magic leading by 14. Outside, ball. Pass to Ware. No good with the triple. And it's Alexander Walker in the corner. Misses the three. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Orlando Magic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Luka Doncic.
And he'll go right through your chest. Ball won't shy away from the contact.
Ball hits them both. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Doncic outside. Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
During that last break, I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley said to his team. And he was real calm during the timeout. He was smiling when he told the team, we're up. Game plan is working. Go out there and have fun. It's always fun when you're up late. Guys?
Thanks, David. To the paint. The shot's good from Love. Love's got his first 2 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
They get a hand on it. Stolen by Ball. To the middle.
And you have to have an appreciation for Ball's passing skills. I mean, he just sees the floor beautifully, easily working the ball over to open teammates.
And that one's good, Caruso.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
Doncic with it. Now guarded by Ball. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And here's Doncic from the arc. Another three for Dallas.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
And that one's good, Caruso.
Making a huge difference from deep tonight. That was a big-time shot.
That's where the bulk of his offense has come from, and they're going to need a few more of them before this one's over.
.143 left in the fourth quarter. Williams. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Orlando grabs the miss.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
And the dunk by Vanderbilt.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Orlando leading by 11. Gobert pulls it in. Dallas now running out of time. Here's Alexander Walker. Drills it from outside.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Williams a screen. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 4 to shoot. A shot that time not on target. Dallas with the ball.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And there's the foul. Going Alex Caruso. That's foul number 2 for him. And stolen by Thibault.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
And they've got to be efficient with the clock. Quick score, quick foul.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And as long as they can keep doing that kind of work at the foul line, this lead will be safe.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. And an intentional foul right there.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. And so it's Orlando winning this one.
I called her, told her, say it's too late. I remember having on that E-way. 22 call, I do a down, she using eBay. OTF, I use it each way. OTF, HETF with new lay. I used to ride the 4, the ops was on the 2 tray. Don't call my phone no more, you not my boo thing. Don't call my phone no more, I'm having mood swings. Riding with that, that's my goonie. I be in my zone, I'm in my 2-3. I used to thought I was loopy. It's me and rockin' dirt, 2D. And yeah, we come in peace, don't want no drama. But when it come to defense, we got. And when they come to, they don't know low-key, yeah, I'm a roster. Paddock on my wrist, that's a bust down. All I know is get it up from uptown. Not from stuck down. Only because I'm up now. Only because I'm up now. She was with you first, but she with us now. All this LA, be bust down. Oh, yeah, Fugazi, let me find out. Oh, yeah, Fugazi, let me find out. Oh, yeah, Fugazi, let me find out. Nowadays, I get you lined now.
We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Mavericks are coming to town. Welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. Looking back to the last matchup between these two teams, it was Orlando who was unable to get it done against the Mavericks.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
And it really was the turnovers that fueled the blowout. I mean, a lot of questionable, poor decisions by them with the ball. And when that happens, you can get blasted.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Here's Doncic. Count the basket.
Luka, combination of finesse and bully ball in there that time.
We're about 1 minute into the first. Back to Black. And there's the call on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Black. Clock at 6. Fires away from way outside. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander with the fadeaway. The Magic again can't hit. And finished off by Gobert.
One of the best lob partners in the business, Rudy Gobert.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. Here's Vanderbilt. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Doncic looking it over. Buries the long-range jumper. Doncic has got 5 now.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Kamara. Looking to end the run. They get it again. Doncic with the steal. Over to the left wing. The wide open look here for Caruso. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic.
A pretty simple solution to ending this run. It would just be getting back and actually playing some defense.
Up again. Stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. Dallas leading by 11. Doncic left side. Pass to Alexander Walker. Spins. Let's go. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Well, you look at these role players, the Mavs and Clark, they've done a great job.
They really have, Kevin. I mean, the front office identified who the players were that could best play with their core stars. Needed defenders and guys that could catch and shoot the three. They went out and loaded up the roster with those perfectly fitting role players.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Out to the right wing. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Another three for Dallas.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rudy Gobert has tied for the most Defensive Player of the Year awards all time, but he's challenging himself to do more offensively. He said it's all about just being okay with missing or making mistakes, freeing my mind and doing the things that I work on to get out of the shell that I was being put in. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David Aldridge, we thank you for that report. And really, Clark, Luka Doncic is a one-man wrecking crew on the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he's special. His IQ, his size, the way he can make shots against tough defense. He's got the lean back. He's got the crafty moves. And I think he's a lot stronger and a little more athletic than people give him credit for being. I mean, without a doubt, he's one of the most unique and best players that we've seen in the game.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And so, Alexander Walker nails both of them. The Magic trailed by 16. 3 seconds separate the shot clock in game. Williams. Here's Vanderbilt. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Pass to Gobert. Back to Doncic. 1 second left. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Mavericks lead by 16. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
Magic moving the ball around. And the basket by Kamara. Kamara's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Orlando. Now, here's Fox. Excellent D there from Williams. Out to the right wing. To the right side. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second basket. where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg. What's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, you know, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
Here's Fox. And the layup falls. Fox has got his first 2 points of the night.
Man, I like how confident Fox is inside. I mean, awesome, absolutely awesome, getting good positioning close to the basket.
Right side Jackson. Pass to Watson. 6 to shoot. Here's Ware. The second chance effort. And Bol pulls it down. Mavericks leading by 13. And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season, that's really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he gets the bucket. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points this quarter. Fox goes in. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And the Mavericks lead by 15.
Got to respect the jumper of Fox now. The form is solid, and he's a lefty, which always makes a guy dangerous.
Here's Jackson. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Pass to Bol. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander.
When you've got an imposing force like Bobo, you expect to see him at the line a lot.
And so Bol nails both of them. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at punting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
They never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Mavericks leading by 15. Clinging with it. Still without a basket. Bol up top. Shoots over Ball. Bol can't hit. Here's Orlando now. Pass to Jackson. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Burks.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And here is Fox. In the corner, Bol with it. From the arc. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Bol's got 5.
For somebody like Bol to easily knock down threes, that's like having a cheat code.
Ball. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up. And it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game. Mavericks leading by 17. Fox with it. Now guarded by Ball. Williams with the block. And here's the fast break. Ball leading the way.
And in transition, ball is a problem. A quick decision maker who knows exactly where to go to get fast break opportunities.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Up top, Fox. Pass to Bull. From deep three-point territory. Rebound by the Magic. There's Ball with the three. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And we'll be back with you shortly. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Whoops, they pick off the pass. And here's the break. Here's Caruso. Offline with his three. The Magic trailed by 15. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Alexander Walker. And he finishes the break with a lay-in. Alexander Walker's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Mavs. Here's the screen. Pulls from the top of the key. It's good.
Hey, it's not picture perfect, but it is a smooth shot that Ball shoots. Excellent at scoring from here. You got to D him up.
And the dunk by Doncic.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, last season the Magic extended Coach Jamal Mosley's contract through 2028. He said, it's not about me. I just want each one of these guys to reach their full potential. This game has been good to all of us. I want to be part of maximizing how great they can be on and off the court. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Here's Black. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And the league clearly focused on making regular season games matter. Right, you think more steps are coming?
Well, let's give the league credit because they've left no stone unturned. The play-in, the in-season tournament, the 65 games rule, all implemented with that in mind.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 13. Shot clock at 6. Black grabs the board. The Magic trailed by 17 and stolen by Caruso. And here is Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Even for Doncic, this is a big night in the scoring column, giving his fans their money's worth and then some.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander sinks the three-pointer. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9 points. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. The people in the know how good of a defender he is. And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And using the defender's aggression against him, Gilgeous-Alexander with a savvy move.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity, he's cashing in on those.
The crossover. Here's Doncic. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. One on Gilgeous-Alexander.
Look, I know he runs the point, but boy, can Doncic go to work inside.
Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
He takes it in. There's the killer two-handed slam.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
To the inside. And the dunk by Vanderbilt.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can... see the immediate reaction of the guys in the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition, switch, ignite.
104 left to play in the third. Here's Fox. Got a hand on it. And here comes the break. Here's Kamara. It's rebounded by Dallas. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. Up top, Fox. Pass to Alexander Walker. 6 on the shot clock. Another shot. And the shot goes down. Alexander Walker's got his second bucket tonight.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And the dunk by Grant.
Boy, take a look at the hops of Grant. I mean, really getting up and sending a message with that alley-oop.
Inside, here's Ware, and he dunks it down.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Puts up a deep 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Mavericks leading by 15. And it's Thibault in the corner. Pass to Grant. Clinging with it. Tries again. And Ware pulls it down.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Jackson has the open look. Off target from outside. And so Fox will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. 15-point game. Here's Thibault. Now Klingon. Misses in close. And it's Orlando's ball.
Even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Dallas leading by 13. Here's Doncic. And the slam by Doncic.
I know Doncic takes pride in being able to produce for his team, and he's doing it at a high level here.
Here's Ware. Back to Black. Pass to Jackson. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Thibault, with the prospect of making a big lead even bigger.
And you got to jump at this chance. Stretch that lead out as much as possible.
And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.